Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, the idea for tonight's favorites came from another YouTube channel called CD Cave. This is one that Jack runs. He has some very interesting ideas a lot of the time. One of the shows I like to watch fairly regularly. So he had one recently in which he picked his favorite, or maybe not necessarily his favorite, but he listed all of the rock trios that he liked. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to give you my top 10 favorite rock trios, and I'll give you some honorable mentions too. Oh, looks like some thunder coming along here, boy. Anyways, so how I'm going to do this is the way I normally do these things. I will do my least favorite to my most favorite, or the worst to first, or in this case, 10th to first. And then I will give you some of the honorable mentions too. I've got 5 of them as well. So coming in at number 10, I actually don't own an album by these guys, which is surprising. I've wanted some. I've looked around for stuff. The band is Grand Funk Railroad. It's a fantastic band. I would call them a hard rock kind of funky band, like a lot of funk in their music, which is really quite catchy with them. But they have some excellent vocals and excellent instrumentation on their stuff as well. So Grand Funk Railway, number 10. Number 9 is a band that this is difficult to find this album. I've tried, but I do like the album a lot. It's from a band called Winterhawk. This was a band that I got from initially through Ben's album challenge, and then I also had him in one of the rock challenge Battle of the Band series as well. So they're going to come in at number 9. Number 8 is a band that I kind of like some of their stuff. It's kind of a funny thing. I like the stuff that I hear on the radio, but I don't listen to the radio much. But I've never really been able to get into them fully. But I do like Greg Lake's voice is fantastic. These guys, one of the great instrumental prog bands of all time, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I don't see how you could not put them on this list, even if you don't listen to them much. They're just an absolutely incredible band when it comes to their instrumentation. So Number 8 is Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Number 7 is a band that I have 3 or 4 of their albums now. This one is my particular favorite. I really like the sound on this album quite a bit. It's got a very Indian flavor to it. Canada's own Tea Party. I haven't really warmed up to the rest of their stuff, but I really like this album a lot. So they're going to come in at number 7, the Tea Party. Now we start getting into some bands that I really quite like. The next band, I do not have the album that I wanted. I've been trying to get one. It's the Stampeders. Have some absolutely great stuff. They are also a Canadian band. I seem to like Canadian power trios and Canadian trios in general. So the Stampeders are going to come in at number 6. The next 5 bands, I really like quite a bit. The next band, I've always liked this band a lot. I do like most of the stuff they've done. I didn't really like their drummer at all. I find him a bit arrogant, but overall their music is pretty fantastic. I'm talking about Cream in at number 5. Number 4, a band I've always liked. I have all their stuff. I love them. I think they're great, and I can understand why my favorite band likes them as well. We're talking about the Police. This is my particular favorite by them as well. So excellent trio. Poppy, yes. Catchy hooks, absolutely. Great vocals. Good instrumentation on their albums. They have a lot of radio-friendly songs, but their deep cuts are really good as well. So the Police come in at number 4. Number 3, this is a guy that I was absolutely in love with when I kind of got out of my rock phase and started going more into some bluesy stuff. We're talking about the Jimi Hendrix Experience, one of the great rock trios of all time. Hendrix, of course, the legend that he is. Absolutely killer music, and this particular album, really good. So number 3, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. The next 2 will not come as any surprise to anybody. Easily number 1 and 2. Number 2, Triumph. We recently did a Triumph set list. I did a Triumph look back at a classic rock album recently. And now we're doing Triumph as a trio for the favorites. Number 2, coming in at number 2. Number 1 won't be a surprise to anybody, least of all me. I chose this album because I like this cover. Rush, easily number 1. Number 1 trio, number 1 rock band, number 1 everything for me, and also Canadian as is Triumph as well. So pretty dominant for the Canadians doing those 3 rock trios, right? So some of the other, actually I'll give them to you in reverse order now, just in case some people like that. Sorry, I had them too far down on the ground here. So we got Rush, number 1. Triumph, number 2. The Jimi Hendrix Experience, number 3. The Police, number 4. Cream is number 5. The Stampeders, number 6. Tea Party, number 7. ELP, number 8. Winterhawk, number 9. And Grand Funk Railroad, number 10. The other 5 bands that I put on this, I could have put 1 or 2 of them in here too. Motorhead, of course. Everybody likes Motorhead. Budgie, another band that's kind of underrated, I think. Anvil, Canadian band, of course. ZZ Top, one of the great bearded trios of all time. And the Rods, which is a band that I recently discovered this year and like quite a bit. I'm putting them in here as well. So there you have it. My favorite rock trios for Wednesday night favorites. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. Any comments, or if you want to make your own trio top 10 at the bottom, maybe there might be a couple bands in there that I have to check out. And don't forget the notification bell, and we will be back next Wednesday night with another favorites. So take care and have a good evening. Goodbye.